I'm going to talk about how my study was planned and carried out to help my grade 8 students at Karasabay Secondary School to know what they understand by reading. This project took 2 weeks and it focused on four main areas. First, understand what you read. Second, finding the main ideas and supporting details. Third one, making inferences. And lastly, using context clues. The approach was centered on the learner and used teaching methods like guided reading, asking questions, modeling, think aloud, and working in groups. The learners were said to have different levels of skills, so they needed different levels of help. As a teacher, I help my students by leading them through planned activities. Even though the school environment did not have a lot of resources, it helps students learn by giving them the simple ways and easy to find materials. Some of the materials used were printed passages, worksheets, graphic organizers, and charts. Digital tools were used very little. These were carefully prepared in advance to align with the lesson's objectives. Overall, in this chapter, demonstrated that the project was well planned, practical, and suited to the learner's needs. Everyone, I am Ms. Gislani Green, attached to Latham Center, and my program is ABE English Major. Today, I will be presenting to you my individual study kit for English, which focuses on developing students' comprehension skills. This study kit is designed for secondary grade 8 learners, and it is based on the comprehension passage titled Lost in the Forest. This purpose of this kit is to help students improve their ability to understand text, think critically, and apply reading strategies independently. This study kit is divided into four main sections, each targeting an important comprehension skill. Number 1, reading comprehension. Number 2, identifying ideas and supporting details. Number 3, make inferences. And finally, context clues. Each section contains materials, activities, and guided instructions to support student learning. In the first lesson, this focuses on basic understanding of the text. Students were required to read a passage, highlight important information, and answer the questions. So this was the passage that was given to students. After reading this, they were able to highlight words that was unfamiliar and write down the meanings of the words in their notebooks. In lesson 2, the lesson helps students identify the central idea of the passage. Students use a graphic organizer to determine the passage, what the passage is mostly about. List supporting details, and this helps to strengthen their ability to organize information and recognize key points in a text. The students were given this graphic organization, whereby they would write down their main idea, their details, the two details that they found in the text. So students read the passage again and complete the chart. They answered questions like what is the passage mostly about, and then identified two details that supported the main idea. So at the end of this lesson, students were able to identify the main ideas found in the passage and provided details for the main idea. In lesson 3, students make inferences. They read between their lines. Students were asked to use clues from the passage, combine them with their prior knowledge, and draw logical conclusions, which help them to think critically and gain deeper understanding of the text. So students were given 3 activities. First, they were given a chart whereby they used text evidence and provided what they know and then write the inferences using the clue from the text. In this second activity, students were given text evidence and they were asked to fill in the two blank columns provided here. So the students were given a guided activity whereby they read a passage carefully, they find the clues in the text, combine clues with what they know, and then write their inferences. And the last activity for lesson 3, students read the passage again and answered 5 inferential questions. Students were guided throughout these activities, and at the end of the lesson, students were able to gain deeper understanding of the text. In my final lesson, we looked at context clues, which focuses on vocabulary development. Students learn to identify unfamiliar words, use surrounding words to determine meaning. This lesson helps students to improve their word knowledge and reading fluency. So students also look at the types of context clues to practice. First one, definition clues. Second, synonym clues. Number 3, antonym clues. And the final one, example clues. Students were given another activity in lesson 4 whereby they used sentence to figure out the word meanings. That was found and highlighted in the passage. Students look at the words, write down their definitions, provided synonyms for the words, antonyms and examples for the words that was highlighted, which was written in their notebooks. So at the end of the lesson, students were able to determine the meaning of unfamiliar words with 70% accuracy. Students look at the meanings of the context clues, the types of context clues, along with their definitions. So in this lesson, students use their printed reading passages, their chart paper and markers, their graphic organizers, worksheets, along with their notebooks. So in conclusion, this individual kit for comprehension skills provided a structured and practical way for students to improve their reading abilities. Thank you.